All right. ERARE and VRTUS. We're using
Reversed.
the reverse. Got it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers, excuse me, warshippers of all ages. It's the final match of the Swiss rounds here. I say Swiss group play, let's say, in King of the Sea 18 International. Both of these teams are 2-2. One of them will advance to next weekend's playoff bracket. One of them will have their tournament hopes dashed here on the seas of Sleeping Giant. Well, not quite yet. It's the first game, but we'll work towards that. Having a look over the lineups, this is VRTUS, this is the NA 3 seed, we said.
Number 3.
All right. Cowboy here in a Summers. Cowboy WY, a longtime competitive player on NA. Whiskey Leaks in a 420 Blazed Harugumo with range. See a lot of range Harugumo. Cobra in a Smoland, paired up with Holshiz Moskva, headed over here towards Thunderdome. Backing them up on this flank, that's Danny Loves' Willem de Eerst. And Westboro, oh, that name is terrible. I'm not saying that. That is Utrecht, and in Utrecht, what camo is he running? Oh Lord, he's got like the goofy beach party camo.
Yeah, he's got the island camo.
Yeah. Headed the other way, man with an RX-7, again another longtime competitive veteran here on NA in a Moskva, paired up with Coops Minotaur. And at last, Zath, you called it. There is Black Ribbon's Conqueror. Gonna see if he busts out the HE or the AP. Conqueror lethal with both. What's ERARE got doing on the bottom side of the map?
One of my favorite things to do before we get to that camo we were looking at, the Utrecht, that island camo, I love putting it on like a curve first and going into battle and saying, does this camo make my ship look big?
Do I look fat? Do I look fat in this camo?
Anyway, ERARE, which is, I believe, EU's number 5 seed, bringing a gearing unique upgrade. So that's your KOTS build going over to the 1 line with Fly Greeks Des Moines unique upgrade. We got Shimane?
Shima,
that's
in
right.
CT. Shima in center spawn is where he's going there.
Yeah, so we'll just call him Shima. In Ohio with his sniper spec. And then we've got Jess GT in the Moskva unique upgrade in the traditional Moskva location. Middle of the board, looks like our quad is just trying to suss out, do I have a shot at getting the B cap or not? He does, he just doesn't know yet. We've got
work that out.
Corpus Aurea in the Ohio, the other Ohio, working his way to cover the middle. I love seeing Battleship players do this early on. Try to get that decisive hit on a destroyer touch. We got Scarf 2's unique upgrade Moskva making his way to the decap. Someone in the Summers grabbing that decap now. And finally, CEO of Beachness is going for the beach. He's going to obviously not beach in his Minotaur. There's the radar.
CEO of Beaches, not Beachness. There's no N in there, buddy.
Beaches. Meanwhile, Arquata is backing up in his Gdansk with his radar, again trying to say, is it safe? I like how careful he's being here, because obviously he doesn't want to die.
Well, it's interesting you're seeing two different takes on this map, right? Basically, with the Gdansk in this position, ERARE is like, we're willing to risk something for the B cap, whereas VRTUS is like, oh, this B cap is suicide. We are not doing that garbage. And they have not even attempted it.
Right. With all of that, though, taking his time to get in, it's allowing Mammoth and RX-7 to put himself in a position where he can radar the B cap. And he does. So now what? Is my question.
Well, it's going to buy them some time. He's not even going to peek out for a shot. Well, he is. He's going to get his bow guns around, it looks like, barely.
That's what I mean. Nobody else can do anything with this radar, so what?
Yep. And they're going to get the small end. Cobra here is going to grab the A cap, so that's going to allow VRTUS to build up an early points lead. See the Willem de Eerst bombs here falling in on Shima's Ohio. Those actually might hurt a bit. Oh my goodness.
They connect.
Yeah, those hurt a lot.
Mm-hmm. There's the DCP and the heal.
DCP and heal. He's like, this sucks. I'm not dealing with that shenanigans. So the radar buys them a little bit of time. Arquata will eventually grab the B cap. Basically, I would say uncontested, not entirely accurate here. Man from the RX-7 going fishing blind, coming up empty.
Yeah, well, it's too late now, essentially, so. they'll grab the B cap. You're right, and we have cap parity. But because VRTUS grabbed the A cap early, they're ahead in points.
Now, I think to me, Zath, as I look over the board at this moment, the key piece is the Gdansk. Because he's going to be totally freed up now. You have the opportunity to do something with him. Where do you take him?
I would come through the channel and in between C and D and just poke around up there and see what he can get. If he can get into the C cap, that can definitely buy his team some time. But looks like he's going for a more cautious play of just chilling and waiting for him to be contested. I don't know if I like that.
He's going to be waiting a while. Now, Cowboy Summers is caught out over here on the edge of the map. He's radar. That's Minotaur radar from CEO of Beaches. Summers smoke going in to try to provide him a little bit of cover. He's not... Yeah, okay, there it is. He was struggling with it a bit. Cowboy taking some good big hits there from the Minotaur. Down to about half HP. Surprised to see him turning into these salvos.
Yeah, well, he hit the border, so he's got to give himself room to wiggle, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. He ate about 10K there that I feel like maybe he might have been able to weasel his way out of, but it didn't work out that way. So some big early damage downrange on one of VRTUS's high-value destroyers here on this side of the map.
And now he is going to smoke up Coop's Minotaur, who's obviously fixing to get some payback.
Now, Beaches is not paying attention. These torpedoes have been spotted for a lifetime, and he eats two of them that were avoidable. He saw those coming. His hydro was up, and he ate them anyway.
Must have been in a board meeting. Well, with that, not much else is going to happen for a little bit as both teams are going to reload their smokes and radars and try again.
Yep. Coop's hydro goes up. He's going to be able to find his way through these torpedo salvos. He's not going to repeat the mistake that we saw CEO make just a moment ago.
So ERARE has taken their Gdansk off of the B cap, and now they're rotating him to the A cap. Huh. Okay.
Okay. Well, and so the only other destroyer over here is Whiskey's Harugamo, and he's taken some damage for something from something. Must have taken a torpedo somewhere.
Yeah.
And Cobra's Smallland had been turning back towards mid, but has now looped around and seems to be returning himself.
Yeah, I wonder if they're kind of sussing out this push, or the fact that Whiskey Licks took that gearing torpedo, they realized that they might need to get more destroyer assets on station.
He took another torpedo.
Yeah.
Whiskey did.
Yep.
Oof. This is the problem I always have with Harugamo. It's why I struggle with this boat so much, is the handling. It just handles so awkwardly.
Yep. You have to pay for that that gun DPM and the torpedo reload booster, I suppose.
Yep. All right.
Here comes the radar.
They're going to shove Westboro's Utrecht into the cap. DM radar goes up on Whiskey. They're going to try and bag this kill. They're getting good damage. I think they have a good shot. The Gdansk torpedoes off his starboard side. Pin him in a little bit. I can't imagine a world where he lasts 60 seconds against Des Moines radar and he doesn't.
No, but Holsch is radaring as well, and Y Greek is out of the smoke.
Yep. Y Greek now lit in front of every VRTUS ship on that flank. They'll have an opportunity to get some of their own back here.
Yeah, you gotta know Danny's looking for an angle here.
The Ohio and Moskva, that's Guess and
There it
Shima, have traded spots across the island here. They do dunk the Des Moines, as now Arquata's Gdansk is in the cap with Westboro. A cap contested now. That'll allow ERARE to close the points gap.
Right. Here, I see what they're doing. The Ohio can shoot over the island onto the Utrecht position. So they throw the Ohio there, plus then you've got the Moskva in position to radar. Very clever positioning from ERARE.
Well, and I like the positioning, but when the Moskva radar is out and it's about to expire, how do you spot the Utrecht? You can't see him anymore. You're just guessing?
Yeah.
Here come some shells. He gets a little more chip damage, but nothing catastrophic.
Yep. Now the Utrecht is gonna probably be
okay.
okay.
The Gdansk radar.
Yeah. The Cobra is trying to work down Aquata's Gdansk.
Yeah.
Can he do it?
But he's lit in front of the Moskva. That's never a comfortable place to be either.
Yep. So
This is
it's
where
time.
this is. Go ahead.
It's time to call forth bombs from the heavens. Hallelujah.
This highlights one of the things that I know a lot of folks love on this Dutch cruiser light cruiser line. I've never been a fan because it feels like it lacks the utility. The lack of hydro for me, I won't say it's a deal breaker, but it's definitely a problem.
Well, sure. I think the issue with the Utrecht is, you know, she's a farming cruiser, right? She's all about farming battleships at long range, over islands, using the Dutch oven, and then murderizing a destroyer nearby. But on its own, it really struggles.
All right, some Moskva radar and some creative Smolensk positioning are allowing them to chip more damage in on Arcata. Here comes an Utrecht dropped as well, which misses.
Notice ERARE's Ohio leaving the area. Interesting.
Yeah, he's kind of. Oh no, he's backed off. He can see the Utrecht again. I'm not sure how, but he had vision enough for a salvo. Here it comes.
Oh!
He connects just in time for the Smolensk to clean up the Gdansk.
Wow.
And the A-cap remains in VRTUS hands, but not before we have a lead change. It's a 50-point lead here for ERARE. So now VRTUS has to make something happen.
Right.
Status quo means ERARE wins in 3 minutes.
Yep, that's the result of spending so much time in the A-cap and having it contested, not gaining points for VRTUS. So,
A little bit of info radar. Go ahead.
Where do you go from here as Danny takes another big hit? I think that was an Ohio salvo. Do you just shove the Moskva?
I think you have to. I think you have to push mid. You're never going to get into D, right? There's too much firepower over there. Your only hope is to bag a lucky kill, a quick kill, steal a kill, and then hang on with your fingernails. Or you've got to go step on a cap yourself and hold their points back. And for my money, C is the best place to make that happen.
All right. Well, Havoc is sussing that's exactly what VRTUS is going to do. He's got these brilliant gearing torpedoes.
No, this is a brilliant salvo. Danny sees them coming. He's turning into them now. He's going to bounce some Ohio shells, but 2 gearing torpedoes will probably end his game. He takes one, but not the second. However, he's going to come around the corner and have a Moskva in his face. Here we go. The Moskva salvo could also end his game. 83 hit points, and he doesn't give nearly as good. The Moskva secondary sealed the deal.
Yeah.
And now it's 45 seconds from an ERARE win here in game 1.
You know, it's wild to think that they looked so strong for a while, but just that destroyer going to the A-cap and then the kill on the Utrecht, just everything falls apart, just unravels.
Yeah, I mean, and to ERARE's credit, they saw the ability to pick the Utrecht off and just had to jockey for position until they got there, and they did, and they made it happen. So kudos to them. That was a great pick for them. And again, rotating the Gdansk back, we talked about it. Like, okay, you don't need him in mid anymore. What do you do with him? And you're like, well, I'm going to go over here. They had a different plan, made it work, and they're the winner here in game 1.
That's right.
All right, let's get everything updated. Bam.
Now we get to go click a whole bunch of buttons, everyone.
Yep. KOTS King of the Sea, also known as the streamer's button clicking game.
That's right.
All right. We'll come back to here for a bit while the teams get prepped for game 2. We're headed to North. And then, I dropped my pen. And then, if VRTUS can win that game, the chaos of Northern Waters awaits us at the end of the match.
That's right. That's right.
All right. See, did they ever fix that They're still
No.
showing
Oh.
Pucky.
Oh, wait. No. So Pucky was 1 and 2. That's why they're still showing Pucky, because now Pucky is 2 and 2. Because they won against 3XA.
Oh, you're right. Well, where's 3X? Oh, that knocked 3XA out. Yeah, that's what it was. You're right. That was 3XA's third loss. They're gone. That allows Pucky to stay in the event. You still want to stay with
Right.
BONKZ?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why, you want to switch and see Pucky?
I don't know that I have a preference. I'm just saying. Yeah. Okay. You're right. That was Pucky's 1. They were 1 and 2. Our apologies, everybody. Okay. Got it now. They're just fun to watch. Those games were just hilarious fun.
Yeah. China official is going to be covering Resin and Pucky.
Then we'll stay where we're at.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine where we are. We'll see. Hey, no, you never know. 2-0, game 3. You see both. We'll find out.
Yep. Could be.
All right. Well, I'm going to press a couple of fancy buttons here.
Yeah,
and,
I just got done doing all that myself.
Actually, you know what we could do? Let me go back to the screen. I just switched off of my screen with the tournament results. Let's take a look and see if we have any other teams that we can report have qualified for next weekend. We do, actually.
Oh, well, let's have a look at that.
Let's see. So, nothing new in Group A. I think you mentioned Oh Boy before.
Yep.
Let's take a look at Group B.
CL.
Yep, there it is.
Yep, CL won that match against, I guess it was RNG. Yep, so that's their third win. So the China 8 seed clears the Asia 2 seed, and they have moved on to next weekend. So RNG fighting for their tournament life down in the 2 and 2 bracket.
Yep, there's 3XA eliminated. A1, Entity, TSY, Buenos Noches for Group B. And then for Group A, we've got AI, Kraken, Inca, KTI 7, and HRA eliminated.
I just realized what I wish I had done, Zaf.
Which
I might have
is?
to do this next weekend. I need like a tribute to the Fallen screen, right? Where we can put up the teams that are eliminated, you know, like they do in the Hunger Games. Da, na, na, na. You know?
I fire off the 510s.
Yeah, exactly. With the fireworks in the sky and the fire the cannons, you know, tribute to the Fallen. Which I wish I had thought of that before this moment. That would have been fun to come up with.
Yeah, a lot of work though, but fun.
Yes, but it would have been hilarious because it would have been a fairly straightforward thing with the team names and the logos, right? With a little firework burst and the cannon sound behind it or something. That would have been easy to do. Should have been easy to do.
Well, you got some time to do it if you want during the week.
This week of all weeks is probably not the week to try it. Yikes. Because next weekend, right? We're gonna get up and do this again on Saturday and Sunday. Stupid o'clock both days, and then on Sunday, once we're off the air, we're driving to Thanksgiving. So I gotta have the car loaded on Saturday. We're gonna get off the air and get on the road, and I'm gonna drive 6-7 hours down the road, sleep, and then get up and drive 6-7 hours down the road.
See, so you're gonna essentially kind of have a reverse of my weekend, right? So you're gonna be focusing on all this other stuff outside, whereas me, I'm gonna be at home finally.
Yes.
I got my normal setup, my normal mic, and my monitors. Oh, God, I missed my monitors.
Playing, yes, I feel your pain, right? So one of these days I'll get to show you my travel TCG streaming setup, right? But I miss having all of this real estate because when I'm traveling, all I have is two portable. I think there's 16 inchers. And then I have one portable. At the moment, I have a single portable 22 incher.
Okay.
And the 22 is a really good monitor, but they were very proud of it, which is why I only have one.
Yeah.
The 16s I bought, they were cheap monitors I bought on sale at Amazon, Christmas sale for like $80 or something.
Sure.
So.
One of the things that I really enjoyed doing 2 weeks ago at LA during the Stack Up Called Arms Live charity event.
Mm-hmm.
We did a charity redeem to swap seats. So I went and I swapped with Highfire. So like literally he was next to me. I got up and of course we both have the same hat. So we confused the heck out of a lot of people in the room. They're like, wait, what just happened? But like
Too funny.
he's got his setup with his Mix It Up bot. I've got my setup. And like we're both just like, how do you do this? You know what I mean? Like, that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
One of the funniest moments I had, again, you know, what I do with the TCG thing, right? Live streaming live card game tournaments is, for me, is fairly intuitive, right? Once you figure out the hardware setup, the actual streaming part is fairly straightforward. It's I won't say it's less complicated than this, but it's comparable to doing this.
Right.
But I'll never forget the first time I took that setup on the road. I was in Denver. We went to the Denver, Colorado Convention Center back in April, and it was day one, and I had set everything up, and I was showing. We had some guys wander over. They're like, "What is all this?" And I was like, "Well, because what I was doing had never really been done for the game before. This particular game, you know, here I am off the side with my PC and my booth set up and lights and everything." Most of the time, it's just people would bring in a camera and they would feed the signal out of the venue, and you'd have remote guys like us remote casting the thing. But I'm in the room with the guys playing the games doing this. And I've got my Stream Deck XL, right? Big old Stream Deck over there. And that's how everything is programmed. The whole stream, I can run the whole thing from there. And these two guys come over and they're looking at me, and I'm showing them the Stream Deck, and their heads just explode, right? These are these are tabletop gamers. They're not used to seeing the tech that we use in this side of the house.
Oh yeah.
And they were just boggled at this. They were like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Yeah," but I'm thinking to myself, this is old tech. We've had this for years, guys. You know, but they had never seen one before because it just wasn't a gaming, a side of the gaming world that they had been involved in. And that was a really fun conversation to have because their mind was just blown. So yeah, I feel your pain. Like me, what triggered that memory was me trying to explain my setup, like how I produce card game streams on the deck to somebody else would take an hour, right? Because it's just the way I have it all set up. It's programmed. You know, everybody's brain is wired a little differently. Everybody's workflow is a little different, and so it's laid out in the way that makes sense to me, but it might not make sense to somebody else I handed it to, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it was just you know, I went and I switched with a guy doing Elite Dangerous.
Okay.
Shoot, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But anyway, and he had the whole like KOTS flight stick. He had like 2 of them set up. So he's in a full 3D space environment, Rainman Gaming, and just or Rainman Games. Anyway, and he's like, okay, so whenever we do this, your goal is to get a kill, and however long that takes, it takes. So you know, you gotta, how am I fly? You know, what button does what? And while it was difficult because you're spending so much time, like you said, I'm in somebody else's keybinds, and Chad is trying to help me, but they don't know his keybinds either.
They don't know his keybinds either.
So we're all just kind of like, ugh. And what was great about it was I got that kill in record time. They couldn't believe I got the kill when I did. And I said, all right, well, I got to go back to my PC. What should I do now? They're like, self-destruct. I'm like, perfect. I double-checked that it wasn't going to ruin his account or something. They said, nah. I'm like, okay, cool, bye. And I just self-destructed and walked away.
Mic drop.
Speaking of drops, guess what? The game is dropped.
Speaking of drops, let's get on to game 2, ladies and gentlemen. As we run to North, ERARE on the verge of qualifying for next weekend. VRTUS quite literally fighting for their tournament live here. Let's see how they do. Zap, talk me through the ERARE lineup here in green on North.
Oh, ERARE's got Aquata in a Gdansk, Havoc in the KOTS build, Gearing, someone in a Grozovoy, not unique upgrade. We've got Scarf 2 in the San Martin. White Greek is now in a Manitar. Yep. We got Shima in a Salem, Radar Salem, top grade gunner and reload. CEO of Beaches is in a Napoli full secondary build, including slot 6. Interesting. For battleships, we've got an Ohio that's Corpus Aurea and Sonia's Sabir. I look at the Ohio. He's got in slot 3, secondary range.
Yeah, but no secondary skills.
Uh-oh.
Okay. What?
No, I had a real bad lag spike in the game, but everything's okay now.
Okay.
Whew, I got scared
That
for a
is
second.
that is awkward, to put it a little lightly. My chat was telling me that Shima, well, their theory is that CT spawn is counterterrorism spawn from like what was that old Half-Life mod? Counter-Strike. Because
Yeah.
Counter-Strike was terrorist versus counter-terrorist. So that was
Right.
their theory, and I was like, could be, I don't know.
Okay.
All right, VRTUS here, again, fighting for their tournament lives. They need this win to hang on and fight for the right to get to Game 3, or go play Game 3, I should say. We got a Summers, that's Cowboy. Got Brisk, not using one of his speed boosts yet, opting to save that for later. Headed over to B, backed up by Coop's Manitar. Yep, that is a radar minnow. Man with an RX-7's Moskva trying to set up station here in the middle of the board. The Gdansk, that was Arcata, caught a glimpse of him there, making that play. Black Ribbon bringing a brick. All right, Zath, we've seen how impactful brick can be, but this is not the brick build that we saw the guys from Pucky play for sure. So we'll have to see how that goes. Hanging near mid for the moment is Danny Loves' Willem de Eerst. Same build we saw out of him last game. And All Cruise Moskva setting up here on this little island along the 7 line. A very common place for us to find one or more of these 12-kilometer radar cruisers. Headed over to the E flank, the E cap. That's Cobra's Daring, backed up by Westboro's Utrecht, one of the heroes and or victims of last game.
Yeah,
and
right?
And Holsch's Salem. So it's a 3-on-2 here at the E cap. Nobody really for D for ERARE. And everybody else kind of making a play for the western side of the map.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting idea to not put an asset over on the decap. They probably figure, there's going to be one Moscow over there watching it, and that'll be, it. So why waste the time? Instead, put the forces in a place where you can make the play happen, and then deal with the Moscow on the cap later.
Feels like we might see some early shenanigans around the C cap, just because we've got a radar and a destroyer both lurking there. That's RX-7's Moskva versus Arcata's Gdansk. I also have to wonder how long it's going to be before VRTUS figures out that, hey, we can just grab the decap whenever we bloody please because there ain't nothing there.
Yeah, that's going to take a bit. For those of you guys, a quick reminder, these teams don't see every player, of course, right?
Right.
So, they have to count how many ships they've seen and then kind of do some deduction, okay, some 4D chess. Where do they think the destroyers are going to be? With only, 3 destroyers for ERARE, that's a little bit harder for VRTUS compared to 2, of VRTUS's destroyers. ERARE can suss that out a little bit easier.
In fact, at the moment, neither team has any vision of the other anywhere on the map. The Grozavoy pulls out of the E cap. They're going to surrender it to the Daring.
That's interesting. They must be thinking that there's a larger concerted effort at E, when in reality there's just 2 boats.
Yep. The Utrecht is kind of set up to leave whenever he's ready.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're expecting a push at E, and it's not going to come. Same thing with ERARE. Both sides, that's their kite flank. Looking back,
when things go to town over here on the A flank, and that moment is coming very shortly,
yeah,
I'm going to be really curious to see how impactful this Vermont's first salvo is.
Well,
he's looking the wrong way.
And he's looking at the Salem right now.
That could still be a big salvo. The dispersion on that looks really good.
It looks sexy. Oh.
Not bad, but not as good as you would have hoped.
Right. All right, well, that's going to allow Corpus to open up with his Ohio. The battleships tapping each other's shoulders for a little bit. Contact is about to be made over at the A side. There's Minotaur detected Y Greek. Probably immediately turning south. Coop immediately turning south. Yep. They're going to set up their death snail to receive. And now Coop detected.
Oh. They finally got a good hit on the Shima there. Sorry, I say the Shima, the Salem. The Vermont definitely took well a little over half his HP away, as now they're shoving Sonya's Sibir up here, going to try and really take this Moskva to task, draw the eye line of the Vermont somewhere else, perhaps.
Yeah, Daniel Loves is trying to push his Wilm to Est in there to help support. But yeah, after Arc 7's going to have to back off. And then the other Moskva, that's AW Crew, might be getting into a position to move farther forward.
I think they oh, he dunks the Salem. Brick doing brick things here in game 2, ladies and gentlemen. First blood going to VRTUS. A big kill are on the northern side of the C cap. I think they've figured out that D is empty. That Cobra is headed that way right now. Vermont taking some punishment as he turns here. Gets his guns looking out towards the Death Snail.
Yeah, Mammoth Arc 7's got to stay dark for a while, though. He's lost a lot of hit points.
Yeah, the Sibir chunked him right through the bow a minute ago. So he felt that for sure. And now that the push is very clearly not coming up the 10 line, the Grozovoy and Saint Martin rotating back south. Holsch is repositioning his Salem, both boats out of the cap at the moment. There we go. And Holsch now realizing, oh, I've got company again, as the Daring is on the D. 7.5 minutes gone, thanks to the early kill and their early cap advantage. It's about 180-ish point lead for VRTUS, but plenty of pressure coming from the positioning of ERARE's battleships right now.
Yeah, keep in mind, VRTUS is also going to pick up the D cap, right? That'll start getting them point ticks as well.
Yep, it's only going to get worse from here as they do grab the D cap.
And we got a bit of a battleship standoff.
Vermont has a decent angle on Sonya's Sibir, but didn't get a good shot there. His bow turrets are coming around, so we'll see where he lands with it in a moment. But the Sibir can't really turn. He's got to keep his bow towards one of these battleships. The Willem or the Vermont.
I'd probably keep him on the Willem in case Arc 7 appears again.
Well, that's what he's doing. Here comes more Vermont salvo.
Oh, I'm following these shells in. Sonya gonna do about it? Sonya, yeah, Sonya slowed down a bit.
Yep, Sonya not moving full speed, playing with the throttle. The Napoli Minotaur gearing Death Snail now has Coop firmly under their guns, way down here along the 1 line. Coop burning through one of his fancy heals as Cowboy bringing him some smoke.
Sonya now kind of stuck broadside to Arc 7's Moskva, taking some hits. And
Sonya grounded himself. Sonya grounded himself in there. That's going to make this next Vermont salvo real easy to lead. Here it comes. This could be game for Sonya. It looks like it might be. It's not. He shorts the whole thing.
Coop, while all that's been going on, Coop at 682 hit points. 682 hit points.
Coop barely sneaking away at the end of his super heal. No room for error here. The Salem and Grozovoy trade over at E. Grozovoy charges the Salem and gets the kill, but Salem gets his own back.
Right, and that leaves the San Martin Scarf to capture E by himself.
Well, and they're going to lose, but that's going to be a trade with the B cap as both Moskvas are, I'm sorry, the C cap, as both Moskvas are moving in there, as ERARE also grabs B as well.
Right, I got to keep an eye on Coop here. He's got 10 seconds until he gets his next heal, but he doesn't have a lot of heal ability. What's been smacking him? Napoli for 50k just about.
I'll say it's SAP, a lot of SAP, right? I suspect he's going to be able to heal a little more than you might think.
CEO of Beaches takes a torpedo. I think that's one of Coop's Minotaur torpedoes.
So if you look over the strategic situation, Zaf, you've got all of this VRTUS power concentrated in the center. The San Martin is essentially by himself, and then you've got this other pocket of guys. Oh, Beaches just took another hit.
And the torpedo finishes him off.
Oh, the torpedoes.
Wow.
That's a big kill. That's a big kill. The Vermont must have hit him, yes?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, looks like it.
I'm a little surprised, Zath, to see them collapsing on these guys in the bottom left rather than just turning around to murder the San Martin. But that's what's happening.
I kind of like this idea, to be quite honest, because this is what's going to win the game, is taking out the people at the B cap.
Oh, the battleship, Zath. Did you see it? They tag teamed the Minotaur. The Willem de Eerst sent in a salvo and got a Citadel up forward. He was slowing down and turning as the Vermont salvo came in, and the Vermont salvo took him right off the board. 30 seconds from a VRTUS win here in game 2.
Yeah, I think the Vermont's gonna save his life. He's got his heel going and everything.
MVP of the game, baby. Like this is this is exactly when you take a brick into a competitive game, this is exactly the kind of game that you want to have. Big salvos, big swingy, impactful plays. That's why you take the ship.
Yep. Now the San Martin's gonna walk on into the decap there.
They don't even care anymore. Look how little time there is left on the game.
18 seconds, but less now.
Bam. Bam. Brick smashes yet again. The Vermont going out of here with 3 kills. I'd love to know what his damage total is. But, man, VRTUS making a statement in Game 2, Zaf.
Oh, yeah. They're not done yet.
They are very not done yet. Okay, so we signed up for this other match. We need to let them know that we are not going to be there on time.
Okay.
Because they're starting in 10 minutes. I'm going to go let them know.
I will do the same.
Are you going to let them know in Discord?
Yes.
Okay. You do Discord. I will go ping them in the training room. Oh, I need to come back to here. Or here. I'm in a big hurry and not doing streamer things. All right, let's get everything updated. That's done. And then let's come to here. Okay. Okay, there. I have let them know. That is done.
You posted that in the VRTUS ERARE game.
I'm an idiot. Never mind. Yeah, I got it. Just let him know I'm an idiot, and I will come back over there in a minute. Okay. I got all excited to go back to the right place and didn't get there. So.
And you were in the wrong place the whole time.
And that's why we don't do these things at stupid o'clock on weekends, ladies and gentlemen.
Like I said, we have the brain lag. They've got the game lag.
Yep.
I think I'd rather have the game lag, to be honest. Oh, boy.
Okay. So we're going to Northern Waters. Yep, I got everything set. Yep. Okay, good. I'm not gonna lie. I will be somewhat glad when I can go back and get a nap here in a little bit.
Oh my God! Yesterday I slept for 4 hours.
Man. Yeah. I did not sleep that long because we went and had dinner with my folks. I did really well. We got off the air. I went and took about an hour nap. We went out to dinner. We came back. Ginger needed a nap, so she laid down. I came up here and worked for a while, and then I crashed because I had, this stupid call time, and she was up here doing classwork until I don't know when she came to bed. I was dead. I was dead and gone by then.
Just watching chat, catching up with the game we're watching here.
Yeah. Vermont with these hero salvos, man, just love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
This has been a great match, man. Even though they lost game 1, it's not like VRTUS didn't show up and was out of the match entirely. They just didn't win. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where Game 3 goes on the meme map of the event, Northern Waters. I can't wait to see what these guys cook up here.
Yeah, I got to plug in my headphones here.
They're beeping at you.
All right, there you go. Sorry, what was that?
I said your headphones are beeping at you.
Not
They're
yet.
dying.
Not yet, but they beeped at me yesterday, and I thought, well, maybe I should be proactive and ensure that they don't beep at me in a time where maybe I need to run away for a sec, you know?
Yeah. We said we're doing BONKZ and ORTUS next, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, their pick bands are all done, so whenever you want that data, it is all available.
It's kind of funny. A lot of other fellow streamers are saying the exact same thing. Our game went to game 3. Our match went to game 3. So we'll be there. Don't worry.
It's fine. I love it.
Yeah.
We want game 3s.
We absolutely.
Game 3s are interesting and fun. We always like game 3s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'll leave that screen up. Sorry, just checking, keeping tabs on things. That was absolutely my chat is like Brick MVP. I was like, Brick is absolutely MVP in that match. Like it ain't even up for debate, baby.
Absolutely. Once again, shout out to Xanda, who's modding both of our channels, I would assume. I mean, he's clipping moments over here. He's also doing doing the prediction stuff. I mean, really appreciate it.
He sent me the clip yesterday. He clipped the "Get Down, Mr. President" moment we had yesterday on your stream, but I haven't actually watched it. He posted it in my Discord. He clipped it on your channel. Let me go look at this real fast.
And of course, I haven't had time to even look at stuff.
Yeah. I haven't spent a ton of time with it. Let's see. What was this one from yesterday? Here we go. Yeah, you had a different angle on it than I did. I was looking like from astern. You're looking at it over their bows. You're watching these torpedoes come from bottom to top, and I was looking the other way. Oh, you had a great one because you zoomed way in on it. Yeah, that looked good. That would have been the end of that Libertad too. That was nice. That's a good clip.
Always helpful when people are clipping awesome moments on either of our channels because, really helps us do our jobs. So
yeah, love it.
Now you got me wondering what that was.
What?
Can you send me the link to that clip? I'm curious now.
Which one? The one I just sent. The one I just watched to look at.
Yeah.
Here, hold on. Copy.
I mean, I can go look for it, but it's quicker and easier just to do that.
And paste.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, and he posted a couple more today. I haven't gone to watch yet. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's clipping all of these on. Well, he clipped one of them on my channel. He clipped the shield, the earlier one where he used the Vermont's corpse as a shield. He clipped that one on your channel too.
Yeah.
And again, what I love about this, we're watching this from totally different angles. I'm looking at it from over the island, and you're looking at it as the torpedoes come in.
Right. Which is great. It's funny. Sometimes we are in sync with this, and sometimes we're like not.
Sometimes it is funny because sometimes when you look at the clips of us doing this, and we'll put the camera in the same spot, and sometimes we are radically off. It just depends, right?
Yep. One of my most watched clips is the double Delny rush and Hotspot.
That was a great one.
On Trap. Remember?
Yeah, from a couple of years ago. That was a great one.
Yeah.
See, for this clip where the Utrecht gets dunked by the Ohio, we have almost the same clip. Like your camera, like my camera's a little off to the left of where yours is, right? But we're both looking from that angle, watching the shells come in.
There we go. All right, game starting up.
Yep, let's go. Scratch. Okay, here we go. We need reverse spawn for this one.
Yes, we do.
Ooh, Zath, the pressure mounts because it is game 3, the rubber game of a do or die match. One of these teams is going to win and play next weekend, and one of these teams is going to lose, and their King of the Sea 18 experience will draw to a close.
Yeah, like I like to say, they're gonna go to the bar, pick up the women before the real winners show up.
Well, here we are in Northern Waters, the meme map of the event. Let's have a look at these lineups. VRTUS in green, spawning on the top end. Here's Black Ribbons Vermont, the hero of last game. Brick smashing everything. Danny loves his Sibir, full secondary build, as you would expect from a Sibir. We've got Holsch's Moskva, unique upgrade. Coop's Minotaur, again, another big game from him last time. Gun reload, not surprising. All crew with a Moskva, unique upgrade, and RPF, interesting. Cobra's Grozovoy, just gun reload and range. 4 destroyers means we're still going. A Cowboy's Daring, typical kind of a utility build there. RX-7 now in a Harugamo, 420 Smoke Blaze It build with range. And lastly, Whiskey Leaks is gearing here in a fairly standard King of the Sea build. He's got the unique upgrade in there with some torpedo reload in slot 6. ERARE in red also fighting for their tournament lives. What are they fielding, Zath?
ERARE's gone with the tried and not true Libertad. we got
Oh no.
Yeah, we got Corpus Aurea down here working his way to the 1 line. Sonia's Ohio, just kind of chilling, kind of similar to what the Sibir was doing at the start. We got Havoc's Napoli, of course, that's the secondary build. Napoli working his way over to probably the 3 line, I'd imagine. Y Greek's Grozovoy trying to get there as quickly as possible to say, wait for me! Actually, both teams' Grozovoy's doing the exact same thing. Heading over towards the decap for ERARE are 3 cruisers. That's a Napoli with range and double Des Moines with both of them with unique upgrades. Slightly different builds between the 2 of them. Our quad has got is Daring, setting up to basically back into the B cap. Almost perfectly mirrored, again, by VRTUS's Daring. This is going to be fun. And then someone's Summers just grabbed the decap, just doing his thing right now, luck checking Torps following his radio location lines. You know, I saw a Sibir play exactly how Danny's playing it. Didn't end too well for that Sibir.
No, it doesn't always work, to put it lightly. And the other thing is, I look at this, VRTUS has a ton of firepower around the A cap. And sorry, not VRTUS. ERARE has a ton of firepower around the A cap, and VRTUS kind of just doesn't. You've got a Sibir and a Grozovoy, and that's literally it. All of their radar cruisers on the other side of the map. So they clearly seem to be focusing their play on the BC and D cap. It feels like what's going on at A is just, what's the word I would use? Token resistance, let's call it.
I wonder if VRTUS was watching that game with the Pucky Vermont and said, oh, let's do that too. We'll find out.
I don't know. We're going to see. Now, Black Ribbons Vermont, with all of these cruisers on this side of the map, Double Des Moines, Napoli, he has a lot of possible targets that he can really bully over here. We'll see if it becomes a thing, because right now he's sort of just languishing in mid, kind of just trolling for target. Oh, no, he is moving full speed now. Okay. He's booking it now, because he took a salvo at the Ohio. Oh, Cobra takes a torpedo.
And Y Greek too? No. Wow.
Dead on the stern. Cobra takes a torpedo in the A cap. Not good. Just trying to hold those points back as long as he can. He will absolutely get dislodged from this position at some point. Sooner or later, ERARE will own this cap. They're just trying to delay it as long as possible while the guys on the other flank get set up, I think.
Yep. And remember, on this map, usually the eastern side is the favored side because you can control 2, if not 3 caps that way versus only 1 over at A.
Both teams very slow to contest B, kind of just taking their time with it. Each team, let's say each team setting up a death snail over here. That's not entirely accurate. RX-7 now teaming up with Coop's Minotaur. as they dive into this gearing smoke.
Cobra detected.
And yep, and here comes the Des Moines radar. Now that Minotaur doesn't want to see that Des Moines radar. That's going to be a real danger to him. His hydro's running. They can see all these torpedoes coming in. Cobra's Grozavoy forced off of the A cap. Looks like he's going to just stay gone now.
Hey, well, he coughed up a good amount of hit points in the process of running up there, and there's a lot of focus fire on him. So obviously they know there's a lot of ERARE forces over there.
Coop and Whiskey Leaks able to easily dodge these torpedoes. Again, the benefit of the Minotaur Hydro. Whole mountain of torpedoes going back the other way. See who can dodge, who gets to enjoy their fun mini game, and who doesn't.
And for those of you wondering, this is some of the most boring stuff for us to cast, because it's literally you draw smoke on the map and then you just watch torpedoes go to and fro until something hits and then something dies.
Yeah, until somebody gets lucky, basically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Beach is Mike going to take one? No, he's going to sneak out of it. Yep. Okay. Cobra caught out on the surface now. Y Greek engaging him in a gunfight. Cobra declining to return fire. Vermont Salvo coming in, gets nowhere.
Yeah, Y Greek knows he can be aggressive at this point. Danny Loves Sabir is in a terrible position.
Yeah,
can't support Cobra.
Danny's bow in. What he needs to do is reverse back, use this island as cover, get flipped, and start running the other bloody way.
Exactly.
He should have already, in my mind, have already set up with his bow pointed back to the east initially, knowing that this was a kiting position, that he's there to play defense. It feels like if VRTUS is going to win this game, it's going to come on the back of this push along the 10 line. Let's see. Minotaur radar is up and active. They're not really getting a lot out of it right now. The destroyers have cleared out of the area, mostly.
Yeah, Mammoth and RX-7 laying a brand new fresh smoke screen.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Somebody's
I saw that.
Mossberg, Vermont just dunked CEO of Beaches for half his HP pool.
Oh, wait, there's more. Oh,
there's another big Citadel. That was 100% the Vermont. No way those shell arcs came from a Moskva.
Definitely Brick speaking. RX-7 getting in on this. I was going to comment on a moment ago. He got out of the smoke and had to back up before he could start shooting. CEO going to survive. His DCP is down. Heal is down. He's going to burn out.
Is he? He's not going to survive.
Nope. First blood going to VRTUS.
Big first kill here for VRTUS over on the 10 line. If they want this push to work, they needed that radar cruiser gone, and they got it. And now the focus begins to shift to the B cap in the center of the board. Oh!
Look at Y Greek.
Arcada's daring, just absolutely getting dunked.
Yeah.
The Vermont took half his HP, then another half vanished. He had no time to even heal. He disappeared in 3 salvos.
Y Greek caught literally in this in between on the island. I don't think he can get out of this. These
guys
just
can't either.
They're just fishing for him now.
Yeah. Danny had done good work to Y Greek with his secondaries a moment ago, and now Cowboy's trying to finish the job with his main battery. It's a 2-ship lead. The caps are even, but all the momentum in VRTUS's direction right now.
Absolutely, yes. Now there's still contact going on over on that 910 line.
Yep, they catch a glimpse of someone on the surface. The Summers. He starts taking damage here from Whiskey Leaks' gearing and RX-7's Harugamo.
Yep. Coop is forced to take a torpedo in his Minotaur. Unfortunate, but he's got plenty of hit points at this point.
That's what you got HP for, right?
Mm-hmm. Y Greek now detected again.
Oh no, he can't have that. Sabir shells, Sabir secondaries, 1,000 HP, 800. He's trying to power through it with the heal. He goes dark again, barely.
And his DCP is available still. So, I mean, good seamanship on his part, staying alive.
managing to hold his ship together with spit bailing wire into hope. The VRTUS push has very nearly reached the decap. They've successfully pushed the Napoli away. They're putting damage into the Summers now. He's caught on the Minotaur radar.
Uh-oh, watch Sonia's shells.
Oh, he's blind firing and getting citadels on the Minotaur.
Oh. Here's some more. Nope. Wow.
They're trying to sell the farm here for this Minnow kill, this Summers kill. I think they're going to have to do it. ERARE now off the radar, managing to sneak away. 1,800 HP. That's all he's got left for the game. Whiskey Leaks is going to pick up D. The pressure is going to mount.
Yeah,
ERARE upside down 2 ships and now down 3 caps to 1.
But we're noting both of those ships are still alive. So even though they're quite low, at least they're still alive for now.
For the moment.
But,
What VRTUS has to guard against here is to not get too greedy, right? All you have to do is hold what you got. You don't need to be crazy. Don't cough up ships with dumb pushes.
I was just going to say, this is VRTUS's game to lose at this point.
Absolutely is. They've got a brilliant salvo on the Vermont going in on the Ohio.
Oh!
55,500 HP, and the Ohio disappears in a cloud of smoke.
Brilliant brickwork.
Somebody needs to give Black Ribbon a blue ribbon for his play in these last 2 games, guys.
But he's getting all the black ribbons.
He is definitely getting the black ribbons. Holy crap.
Living up to his name, that's for sure.
And now that puts a 90-second timer on this match. VRTUS on the brink of qualification for next weekend. Can they get over the finish line? They've got to keep all of their ships on the board as best they can. The Napoli is pushing. I'll be honest, if I'm these guys at this point, I let him have it. If he wants the decap, let him have it, guys. That's
right. That's right. Now they're backing off. I'm looking on the other side. Spy Greek trying to... I just don't see... Oh, another big hit in the middle there.
Oh, and Scarf's Napoli does take a torpedo, trying to get back towards the decap.
I just don't see any VRTUS assets that are low enough, except Whiskey Leaks. But he's in smoke.
Well, and they get the Napoli!
They get the Napoli with another gearing torpedo.
20 seconds. That should seal this deal. They might yet get that. Get Havoc's Napoli as well.
That's right. The other Napoli.
Now he's healing through it. He's going to heal through it. I think he's going to live. Yeah, I think he's going to live.
Womp womp.
Someone Summers steps back onto the decap with seconds to go, and the Minotaur picks him up.
Yeah, that's
VRTUS with a statement win here, guys. We'll see them again next weekend. They have qualified for the playoff round.
Absolutely, and now we get to run.
Yeah. Let's see. Set winner, and then do all the things. No, not you. You. There it is. Well, congrats to VRTUS. What a statement win, and what a game from the Vermont. 2 games from the Vermont. Damn.
Yeah, 2 different Vermont teams, by the way.
I want to go play my Vermont, Zach.
You know what?
Play my Vermont now.
And I had somebody in my channel asking, "Hey, should I get the Vermont camo?" Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes.
All the yes.
All the yeses. Okay, it looks like they are in the middle of game 1. So hop on in the training room. We have and we'll be ready to go when they pop back in.
Perfect. I'm going to run a commercial break then while we get set up.
Yep, I'm going to do the same thing, and then that'll give me a chance to get all the programming done for the shenanigans. Okay, I need to come back to this screen and pull that window up. All right, got a map rotation. BONKZ and ORTUS. We haven't seen ORTUS since yesterday.
That's correct. And we haven't seen BONKZ at all, if I remember correctly.
I have not seen BONKZ. You probably saw them when you're in A bracket coverage. But I have not seen them, no.
I think we only caught, I think Bud and I only caught one of their games, like a random game 3. I just don't recall. It's so many games.
Okay, they just came back, so it looks like we are going to be on our way in a little bit. About 5 minutes or so, I'm guessing. 5 to 10. Moskva. Napoli. Both teams banning Napoli in this match. And Marseille. ORTUS bans Loop. BONKZ bans... No Northern Waters for you this match, Sath.
Yep.
Sag.
Yep. Womp womp.
Okay. Womp womp. Who took game 1? ORTUS took game 1. Got it. Okay. ORTUS tanks game 1 as we head to north.
That's right.
So when I push this button, we are all caught up. Ta-da!
I'm gonna rock while you wait for a moment. Grab some water. Hit the head. So be right back.
Yeah. I'm waiting for chat to catch up on the big Vermont salvo on the Ohio. It's coming. The moment is almost upon us. The Ohio's moving up. Here it is. Here it comes. The shells are coming in. Nuked. I can't wait till that'll be so much fun. Too much fun. Thanks guys for being here. All right, we're down to the last match of the day. It is possible this is the last game of the day. If ORTUS wins this, we're done for the day, and we might be able to scramble and find a game 3 in another match. If BONKZ wins, obviously we will stay here and cover game 3. So we'll see. But yeah, this is very possibly the last game of the day. Appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for staying with us all weekend. Appreciate you guys getting up early in the morning. It's just now. Is it just now 9 a.m.? Oh, it's just now 9 a.m. My brain hurts saying those words. My brain hurts saying those words.
Yeah, it's time for my second 5-hour energy, I think.
Well, I at least got 4 hours of sleep. You're working on 2.
Yes.
Like I was saying though, this could be the last game of the day. Like you could be tucked in bed again in 30 minutes. You don't know.
I'm betting on game 3.
I'm betting on game 3 as well, but I don't know. I won't pretend that I can predict the future. If I could predict the future, I would have won the lottery a long time ago and wouldn't be doing this probably.
No, you would be doing this. You wouldn't be doing your other job.
Yeah, I probably would. I wouldn't be doing the other thing. That's also true. That is reasonable. A reasonable assumption, good sir.
Right? Okay. Thank you for covering.
You're welcome. It's not a problem.
Perfect timing. They're asking if both teams are ready, and they look like they have readied up.
I think your timing is just about nailed it. We will be underway very soon.
Ta-da!
Ah, look at that! You called it. Everybody's like, Zath has returned. We may begin the game now.
You may start when ready.
You may fire when ready. All right, we need the reverse spawn here.
Okay.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, warshippers of all ages. We are back in Group B for their final matches of the group stage here in King of the Sea 18 International. ORTUS up a game currently on BONKZ, looking to seal the deal and qualify for next weekend. BONKZ looking to stay alive and force a game 3 and possibly qualify themselves. ORTUS here in the green, spawning on the top end of North, and we're going back to the training room. So I have to do all of that again in a minute. So irritating.
Oh, goodness.
Fine, I'll just do the whole thing over. God.
Well, actually, that's good timing because Siren and Painzer are here now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness.
Yep.
A lot of people tuning in.
whatever match just wrapped, apparently everybody hopped in. So I said they had the wrong cap layout and I missed it. So I'm not even paying attention to that stuff. I'm trying to call a game.
Right?
No big deal. So that's a free restart. That's a so what happens, guys, just so that you know on the back end, there are adjudicators that manage the training rooms. The teams don't do this themselves. The adjudicators set up all the map settings. When there's an error like that in the map setting, it's not, nobody is charged for a restart. That's an error on tournament staff. It's an easy fix. It's a quick fix. They just come back to the training room, fix it, and restart.
That's right.
Chat is telling me that Throw is currently leading Hot Dog, but it is close in their best of 3. And they are, because they're playing game 3 right now, last I checked.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Actually, okay, so according to the sheet, that has finished. Of course, the chat's working on a 5-minute delay. Let's see if it's reported in here. No, it's not reported in here yet. So it's finished, but I have no official report just yet. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that.
I love training room shenanigans. I can't see that one player is ready.
Yep. Throw has defeated Hot Dog, Zath. Another NA team joins the list of the fallen.
Unfortunate.
Yep. Most unfortunate indeed.
Fire
Another
off the cannons.
NA team eliminated. Fire the cannons. Fire the cannons and play the music. Hot Dog has fallen. All right, let's come back to here again and try this one more time. All right, let's do the spiel again. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, welcome to game number 2 here. We are in Swiss Group B of the play-in stages for King of the Sea 18 International. ORTUS is up a game on BONKZ. ORTUS with a chance to win here and go home and be done. BONKZ fighting for their tournament life, trying to force a game 3. Spawning here in green on the north side, we have World Spawn in a Delny, a little bit of gun reload and RPF. Kimini Sons in a Grozovoy. That is unique upgrade Grozovoy. Running a 5 cruiser lineup. Let's have a look. We've got Arbitrator in a Svea. Rybik in a Salem. Stealth and top grade gunner. Boomdaka also in a Salem. Very similar build, if not identical. Dead D72 in a Stalingrad, going for gun reload and top grade gunner. And a third Salem, that is Sophie, in basically the same build as the other 2 Salems. So we've gone triple Salem, Stalingrad, and Svea. We've gone double Sabir for the battleships. That's Duke here with a full secondary build. And I'm guessing Terry has done the same thing, and he has. That's a lot of firepower, Zath. What's BONKZ got cooking down in red at the bottom end of north?
Well, down in red, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi in the KOTS XVIII gearing with Bowser's Brisbane in tow. Looks like it's just going to be them for right now. Gdansk, that's Optical X, going between D and C, trying to figure out positioning. Addy backing him up in his Salem, that's with radar and reload. Murica in a Bungo. That's a terrifying sight. We know what Murica can do. I love his name. I just love his name. Oh, yeah. We got Dyer in the Delny with reload and radio location, all the good stuff there. And then we've got 2 cruisers plus battleship heading towards the 10 line. That's 141 Gaming's reload Salem, Fratstar for Life's Prince Van Oranje, and then finally Kermit Seppuku's in Willem de Rest.
Fratstar for Life, Zath. There's a name I've not heard in a long time.
One of the few people who ranked out in the first season, the test season of ranked battles. I think there were 6 in North America server.
Yeah, like mega ultra old school. Back when ranking out in season 1 of ranked battles earned you a Kitakami for a time.
Yes, until they team killed too many people and they had it taken away from them.
Until they team killed too many people and it was removed from the game for like 7 years or 9 years or whatever it was.
Yes, and that was the OG Tier 8 Kitakami, not the current Tier 10 that was released.
Indeed.
But that's a time for another tale.
Indeed.
Early
deployments. 4v4 over here at the E cap. We've got three Orta ships hanging near mid, and their 2-ship element over here at A. Kind of a similar thing going on for BONKZ. The difference is one of their ships is grabbing D, and the Gdansk will take care of that unopposed.
So Optical managed to grab the decap. Terry took a guess shot. Right after he guess shot, Optical was detected. So bad timing, unfortunately, on the side of Ortus.
Yep.
Good timing on the side of BONKZ.
Yep. So BONKZ with an early cap advantage. They'll start to slowly build a lead here in the early going. Only 3.5 minutes gone. Plenty of time. Some more blind fire coming in where they expect Dyer's Delny to be, and well, they're right.
They're right.
But it doesn't do them any good. I mean, they're just trying for the reset there. Boomdaka taking a little bit of fire there as well, and some Fratstar bombs falling on him from the Willem de Eerst. 1-for-1 Gaming bringing his Salem up into Dyer's spot here next to this island.
That's a very popular island.
Oh, yes.
For pretty much any cruiser that's hoping to, just kind of cover that side. That's going to allow Dyer to move up, spot the Salem, and possibly try to do something about world spawn.
Well, and now that Dyer is spotting the Salem, that's Rybic on the surface, means he's going to have to bail out of there. He might get radared in return. World Spawn now trying to sneak around the island. 1-for-1 Gaming getting some shells on him, and Dyer's Delny getting in a little on that action as well.
Yep, Dyer detected now.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's in a gunfight with the Salem. Possibly inadvisable in a Delny, but he's going to go dark here in a minute. No, he's not going to go dark because Boomdock has got him clearly lit from back there. So it's going to be a lot of rumbling. Go ahead.
Yeah, Fratstar shooting at Boomdaka now. So there's, yeah, exactly. A lot of just shells flying all over the place at E.
Yep, a lot of rumbling at the E cap. Over at the A cap, the Svea has Obi-Wan Cannoli lit with his own radar. Obi-Wan losing about half his HP. The Brisbane radar getting some shots in on Kimmison's Grozoboy, but nothing catastrophic.
Yeah,
a lot of torpedoes going out for that Svea.
BONKZ definitely down on trades over on that side for right now.
Ortus pushing Duke Sabir and Sophie Salem into the C cap. They're basically going to get it for free. They've shoved the Stalingrad into the D cap here. Addy Salem is going to move up and oppose him.
Ooh, shots on Optical from the Sabir.
Yeah. Optical's Gdansk getting punished here. I'm not sure how he's lit exactly. He's just spotted on the surface. Is Optical disconnected? No, he's trying to reverse.
He's radared from the Salem.
Okay, the Salem radar's got him. Well, he's dead.
Yeah. Ouch.
He just basically got caught stationary, not doing much right there. So basically a free kill for Ortus here in game 2.
Yeah.
BONKZ really needs to try and make up some ground here. They've pulled World Spawn's Delny completely out of the E cap. They're sending him over to the D cap. I'm wondering, does he just? I don't think you charge Addy here. That feels like too big a risk.
Go for it. That's what I say.
Murica's Bungo slowly inching up here, inching up this channel along the 6th line as Duke Sabir is angling to get in there as well. They do not have vision on Duke. They don't know what maneuvers he's making back there. Duke actually just set up to receive. Stalingrad info radar going up. They can now see where the Bungo is.
Yeah. Spoon is coming for Murica's Bungo.
Seems like he is. They're going to trap in between the Delny and the Salem, it looks like. Here comes the Delny.
I mean, Spoon will get him anyways, because realistically, America can only wield his front 2 turrets.
Yeah, he's only got 2 turrets to throw at the Delny. And the Salem's coming around on him from astern.
Okay, Salem is spotted now. Rybik goes down. That's an important kill for BONKZ.
That's a big kill for BONKZ. They needed that kill because it's going to fall. They're going to have a lot to defend on other parts of the map here.
Oh, Dyer goes down.
Oh, no, they lose Dyer's Delny. Here come the torpedoes on Murica. As Duke's going to pop around the corner in the Sabir with the bow turrets and try to punch him out as well. Spawn grounds himself. Murica survives the torpedo salvo, barely. The Salem AP seals the deal.
Yeah. Yep.
Addy with an opportunity to clean up world spawn. Somebody with an opportunity. They get him.
Very good. Okay.
Fratstar dunks him.
Still, I mean, this is... BONKZ has to find a way to get back in. Maybe they can take out Terry's Sabir.
They need to do something here.
Yeah.
Big AP salvo from Willem going in on dead Stalingrad.
Oh, Addy
Stalingrad
taking
going
it
the
up
other
the
way, doesn't
stern.
get much out of it. Addy takes a big hit from the stern because, well, Des Moines. Addy putting AP into Terry's broadside. This brawl is just devolved into utter chaos.
Yeah.
Addy's going to die here in moments. He's trying to rack up as much damage on this Sabir as he can. He does finally lose.
Eats a Sabir sandwich.
Yep. And so it's now a 2-ship lead for ORTUS here. Another big salvo from the Willem going into the Stalingrad bow. It does get about 8K out of it, more than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's a nice hit. It's just okay.
The Sabir, that's Terry, is the one capping, and they cannot see him, Zath.
Nope.
Look at this, guys. They're all busy focused on the Stalingrad. They can't even see the battleship that is capping D. Now they are going to pick up this kill on the Stalin. That's gonna buy them some more time. That's also gonna start to bring things. Oh, the Salem repositioning on 1-for-1.
Yep, I was just about to call that out.
2 salvos.
2 salvos. Yep.
Nice heads-up play from Boomdaka.
Oh yeah, yeah. They've been doing a great job with these boats over here.
Yeah, ORTUS has done a great job of bottling up BONKZ and not letting them out of this cap. And
Seppuku with a great hit there.
Well, and they
Not
burn
enough,
out
though.
the Brisbane. They burn out Bowser's Brisbane on the other side of the map. All over but the crying here for BONKZ. They just have no firepower left to break the stranglehold that ORTUS has on the remaining caps.
That's right.
ORTUS is going to qualify for game 2, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, for weekend number 2. And BONKZ is unfortunately going to go home empty-handed from this tournament.
Yeah, their tournament is over. So, well, next weekend is open for them.
Yeah. As we like to say in baseball, they'll be watching the series from home just like the Yankees.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Was it too soon?
Obi-Wan coming under fire in the gearing on the other side. It's just a question of who's going to die to end this. Probably going to be Kermit Seppuku.
Yep. Obi-Wan goes down. 60 seconds on the timer. All clean up here. The last 2 BONKZ ships just kind of lurking in this cap. Trying to pick up some more damage. Unlikely to pick up a kill. 2 Sabirs in his face. Kermit pretty much has nothing to do with his Willem. Kermit does make it to a heel. 30 seconds on the timer. Salvo going out on Fratstar. Nothing doing.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least they
that
can...
Kermit's still alive, Zath.
Right, I was just going to say, at least they can practice bow tanking and stuff.
Yeah. We can practice not dying.
Whee!
Again, Frat start taking pens and damage, but nothing catastrophic. 8 seconds. There it is. Duke punches the villain in the bow, and ORTUS goes home with a 2-0 sweep here. They're on their way to the second weekend. That brawl in the middle of the map just developed so quickly, Zath.
Oh, it did. It really did.
Well, let's see if there is a possible Game 3 out there for us. There's only 2 other matches, so who knows what's going on.
Yep. It's been a